Okay, yes, there's a new face tightening treatment you need to know about. You actually all asked me about it, and I was surprised how many people already knew about it. Now, this is what I do for a living, tighten faces. Your time's valuable. This one is called Xerf, X-E-R-F. Bit of an odd name, based from Korea, now in the United States. It's a skin tightening treatment that uses monopolar radio frequency energy. Translation, it uses controlled heat to warm deeper skin layers. So what happens, the collagen fibers contract, and over time, that's a key point, this occurs over 6 months, your skin tries to remodel your own collagen to naturally look tighter. That's the theory here, and this is brand new. But in terms of skin tightening, that's it in the nutshell. They all work the same type of mechanistic way. Denature collagen proteins create minimal inflammation and kind of wake up the fibroblasts. But this device is very different. It has 7 key selling points. We'll also look at some before and after pictures. But number 1, this is Korean inspired. And people love that. And Koreans do know their skin tightening. So check mark there. In fact, there's another one coming you'll need to know. More on that in a minute. Number 2, this is monopolar RF energy versus bipolar energy. I'll talk more about that in a second. Number 3, cryo cooling for comfort, because traditional systems are painful. Think Thermage, Ulthera, and HIFU. I'll link my personal Ulthera treatment at the end of this video. You can watch me go through it and the pain or lack of it that I have, because remember, pain is subjective, meaning we all experience it differently, but this has cryo cooling built in. Number 4, and here's the key point, it's multi-frequency. More in a moment for the deep divers. Number 5, it's a 2-treatment regimen. Number 6, most importantly, it's new, because we are the first one in town to have it. That's what all the practitioners are going to say. That's what they want to say. It's new. If you take Thermage and Ulthera, when they were new, they spiked up too, and then people realized the results weren't quite what they thought. So just the fact of being new, that's huge marketing hype. Number 7, I need to tell you about another one from Korea coming to the USA. There's a list of them coming, and you know I spend a lot of time there. Keep this one on the down low. I'm not sure when or how this is going to come, but it's called X-Therma. Another great one, so keep that one on the radar. Number 8, you can treat all skin types. So I'd be a 4, 1, 2, 3 are lighter, 5 and 6 are darker than I, and all skin types can be treated because it's RF energy. It does not see pigment like a laser does. Number 9, you're going to want to know about the temperature. We're almost into the deep dive here because people want to know temperatures, but your new at-home device goes to 42 degrees C. RF microneedling way up to 67 degrees and some above that, because sometimes we get rid of fat with that. Xerf, representatives of the company, will say it gets to 45 to 60 degrees. That's your temperature. Number 10, I mentioned frequencies. The 2 frequencies of RF that are used, which I'll go into detail in a moment, they're actually said to target the fibroseptal network in the face and neck, and that's the important layer for tightening. That's really their claim to fame. Before and afters, here you go. You can see this one. And now let's look at this one. Look at the neck and the jawline, the lower face. But here's the thing about before and afters. Remember, these are the best case scenarios. And I said it's a 2-treatment regimen. Each treatment's about $1,800. You'll see it from $1,000 to $3,000, but about $1,800's median pricing. So you're going to need 2 to get to that. Nobody puts up their worst picture. That's the best it can get. So if you look at that and you say, hey, that's not worth it, that's really good for you to know. It might not be something that you want to do. Now, I said results over time, right? One of the tricks here with all of these devices, results occur over months, gradually. And yes, you see the instant heating, what we call the Cinderella effect, but the real results are at 6 months. Just like facelift pictures, you're going to see them at 1 month, 2 months, when the swelling's there, kind of that baby face, the Cinderella effect. You want to look at 1 year results, 6 month result in this case, because they recommend you repeating every 12 to 18 months. I mentioned the cost from $1,000 to $4,000, average of $1,800. Zurf is distributed by a company I use some of their devices now, Cynosure Lutronic. You'll recognize some of those. They make the Genius or the Infini RF microneedling that I use. So it's a well-established company in terms of the company here in the US. Now, I said there's two frequencies, not wavelengths. Wavelengths indicate laser, that's light, but frequencies. What are they? 6.78 megahertz and 2 megahertz. And pairing that with pulse control and that surface cooling is what lets them get to that layer. Now look here, this is a diagram of a system I've used for 15 years, a Viora platform. You can see there's 3 different settings and depths. You can choose one of these 3, 0.8, 1.7, and 2.45, or all of them combined. So multi-frequency energy delivery, it's not new to aesthetics, but they're saying that you can target specific layers differently because of their multimodal distribution and the exact wavelengths. Now, let's talk about the part nobody says out loud. There's nothing new or magical about radio frequency and monopolar radio frequency in this case as a concept. The marketing is the real magic, number 1. The provider, number 2, is the real magic because settings and levels are key. And each face zone needs a different approach. So your under eye needs a different approach than the lateral skin here. The jawline's totally different than your under eyes. Skin thickness, the amount of fat, your provider should look at and change the settings accordingly. That's the real difference here, even though you guys are all asking about it. Now, in terms of monopolar RF, that's been around in my world since 2003. The playbook's always been the same. Heat the tissue enough to trigger the remodeling, cool the surface so you don't burn the skin. Thermage has done that for 20 years. And move the energy intelligently so you get tightening without the complications of 2 things most people worry about, the burn I mentioned, but fat loss. But what's my point here? If you've heard of multi-frequency and thought, oh wow, this is a whole new universe because they're telling you this with Zurf, slow down. It's a very familiar idea in aesthetics. Now, what does the science actually support? Monopolar RF has published evidence supporting improvement in the mild to moderate facial laxity. Mild to moderate. Translate that to age, because you guys always think of age. Think of 30 to 40, maybe 40 to 50 if you're healthy. After 50, significant sag, these things really don't work. But here's the thing. And yes, before you ask, there are studies looking at multimodal and dual frequency monopolar RF devices such as Zurf and Viora. But the key point is, not everyone is looking for a facelift result. So why are sometimes 50 and 60-year-olds, people my age and above, happy with these treatments? Because not everyone wants a super snatched look or wants the facelift type of results. Not everyone can have a facelift. There's a lot of complications. The facelift produces the most scar tissue of any treatment we do. Of course, you're cutting, you're moving tissues. And most people don't have the money for the $55,000, $65,000 to $250,000 it now costs. And no, not everyone has the downtime, nor do they want their friends to know that you had a facelift. And they will, unless you get a very subtle one. And who wants subtle if you're going under the knife? Let's be honest. So my advice, yes, it's a good device. Just don't spend your dollars on hopium. Aesthetics costs money. If you have it, definitely try it out. Does it pay you back if you spend $5,000 and you'll look better for a few years? Absolutely. Your job, your opportunities, extending careers. With monopolar RF and bipolar, like the Viora device or other ones on the market. Remember, your ultrasounds in this country right now are your Sofwave and your Ulthera. You're doing the same thing. You're cooking your collagen on purpose, trying to toast bread without burning it. The toaster does matter, but the person controlling the heat, that little slider, matters more. Have you tried it? Comment below. You'll now want to watch this video all about the power of LED light you can do at home, and one down here on a home RF device I use with my clients.